Hi, it's Fionna Gossling from Royal LePage, and I have a very quick update, hopefully, as to what happened in Oakville real estate in December 2024. So it was a pretty boring month. December is always a slow month in real estate because people are busy with other things, and only the people who really need to buy or sell houses are transacting at that time of year. So I'm going to run through the numbers very quickly. The year, interestingly, finished off marginally, just a hair lower than 2023, but not really by anything significant. And we're still not that far off of 2022. So, all in all, it is still kind of the second best time in history to sell a house. And the market has held very strong throughout this entire correction that we have seen and slowdown. I am optimistic that with the new mortgage rules that have come into place and with interest rates coming down, that we will see a return to buyers, a return of buyers to the market, and that 2025 will be a pretty good year in real estate, or at least a better year in real estate than the previous two. And by better, I mean there will be more transactions that have happened because we're still at a historic low of actual transactions going on. There is pent up demand of people that have not been buying or selling and have needed to buy and sell. And I think that this affordability piece is going to be a little bit of the unsticking that we've been waiting for in the market. So this slide shows us the average and the median sale price of what has been happening in residential real estate year over year. Each dot is by month, and you can see it is by no means a straight up. There's ups and downs every month, but the trajectory overall is an increase, with December being low. And the reason December was low is because there's very few transactions. There was 117 properties transacted hands in December. So that is not very many at all. You know, even this 287 is low by historic standards. So the last couple of years, we've seen buyers sitting on the sidelines, waiting for affordability, waiting for market confidence. And I am optimistic that those factors have kind of turned a corner and we will start to see more sales. People were pulling their properties off the market, so the number of units available were lower than the previous couple of months. That often happens when people don't want their homes on the market over Christmas. They'd like to take a break if they haven't sold them. So that resulted in 4.8 months of inventory, and the average sale price and the median sale price were both down. But with only 117 sales, we don't really have enough statistical data points to make that a significant or number that we need to worry about at this stage. And it was taking about 43 days on market for properties to sell. If you compare this December to last December, we were down 14% in terms of number of transactions. Number of active listings were up, and months of inventory, that's a direct reflection, months of inventory. And the average sale price for that month alone was down 14%. That can happen when there's not a few big sales will skew that number. So at this stage, it's just something to keep an eye on. And if you want to look at the breakdown of that, you can see that there was 47 detached homes that sold, and the average sale price of that was $2,050,000. The average townhouse price was just over $1,050,000, and that's for detached and freehold townhouses. And then the average condo price was $686,000. Our months of inventory has come down there a bit, which is nice to see. So when you look at the trend of detached, both in sales and in price, you can see that very few transactions, fewer actives, and the sale price actually held relatively well at $2,049,830 was the average sale price of a detached home in Oakville. Same thing, the condos are down a little bit, kind of on par with what we saw in September. October, we had some bigger sales in there, and that's accounting for that jump. And this is across all condo types. So that's one bedroom, and much larger units in much fancier buildings. It accounts for everything. And then here you can see our average townhouse sale price jumped up a tiny bit, about $30,000 there. But again, these are all just averages, so take it for what you will. If you had any plans of buying or selling or transacting, doing something real estate related in 2025, feel free to reach out if you want a more detailed analysis of what's happening in your particular neighborhood, and keeping an eye on timing on that sort of thing. But I'm optimistic that things are going to become a little bit easier for buyers and sellers in 2025. I will check back in around this time next month.